Hey, everybody, welcome. This is Skip Ballard, Touching Hearts at Home. Thanks for checking us out today. I have Amanda Gustafson, the Chief Executive Officer for Adoray Home Health and Hospice, joining me today. Welcome, Amanda.
Well, thanks, Skip. Thanks for having me here today.
Yeah, I appreciate your time. So, Amanda, want to take some time here today, talk about Adoray Home Health and Hospice, and then talk a little bit about the hospice, the benefit, the mechanics of it. What is it? How do people qualify? Eligibility, things like that. But to start out, can you just take some time and tell us about Adoray?
Yeah. Well, Adoray has been around since 1995.
Wow.
We provide home health, hospice, palliative care services, and then we also have a chain of retail thrift stores that are our fundraising stores
Oh,
as
cool.
well.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and we're the region's only not-for-profit home health and hospice provider.
So I know you have a lot of different services that you provide in a continuum, but today we're going to talk about just hospice 101. People don't really know sometimes what is hospice or how do I qualify, things like that. So can you just take like a few minutes and just talk about, the hospice benefit in general? What is it and how do you qualify and what is provided under the hospice program?
Absolutely. Well, in my opinion, hospice is one of the best gifts in terms of medical care from Medicaid, Medicare, and private insurance standpoint. It provides a patient with a generous gift that doesn't cost the patient anything. So the hospice benefit is for anyone that is no longer seeking curative treatment, and it really focuses on comfort and enhancing the quality of life. So over the years, we've learned that when a patient no longer wants to treat life-limiting illness, their priorities really change. What's important is that they spend their last days focusing on the best quality of life. And many find that hospice is the right answer for that. So that in order to qualify for hospice, there's really three things that have to happen.
Okay.
They have to have a terminal illness with a life expectancy of 6 months or less to live and it has to be certified by two different doctors, one our medical director.
Okay.
They have to accept comfort care instead of curative care. And they have to have a common health condition that indicates a decline in their condition, such as a frequent hospitalization, weight loss, skin problems, or mental impairment.
Okay.
So when a patient comes on to our service, they are welcomed by an interdisciplinary team of medical professionals that are just focused on end-of-life care. And it's a team that is really hard to assemble on their own. It would be very hard for them to assemble a group on their own without hospice care. And this is made up of registered nurses, social workers, spiritual care and chaplains, hospice physicians and nurse practitioners. They have the option of volunteer services and the option of massage therapists as well,
Oh,
that
wow.
are, again, all focused on that end of life care experience. A component of hospice care is pain control. So it's very important. It's a very important part of hospice because if once a patient gets that pain control under control, they really have that chance to spend that time, that really quality of life with their family, and prepare for their journey ahead. So,
That's amazing.
in addition to the hospice benefit, all prescriptions are covered, and then Adoray also provides all of the medical equipment. So, if they need a walker, if they need a wheelchair or a hospital bed, that's all covered under the hospice benefit.
Wow.
As a not-for-profit provider, Adoray extends that benefit even further. So we provide additional things. One thing is our new aftercare program, where
Okay.
our aftercare program actually helps the family after the patient passes. They do things like helps them get onto spousal social security benefits, or helps them close bank accounts. A big story I have is we had a patient who lost their son on our service. And the hardest thing it was for her to do was shut down his cell phone. You know, if you call a cell phone company, you know, you get that runaround sometimes.
Yeah.
And it took her several attempts to try to shut that cell phone down just because of the grief she had.
Mm.
And we were able to just give them a call and get that taken care of for her.
Wow.
The
Great.
other program that we do is our Dream Big program, which is really a program designed to help a patient achieve their last wishes, those things on their bucket list that they haven't been able to achieve. Another big program that we're starting here at the end of the month is our end of life doula program. This is a dream that Adoray has had for about 2 years, and we're finally going to be able to launch that with the focus start with the 11th hour program,
Okay.
where our doulas will be there when a patient is actively dying to help support the patient and the family. Because hospice doesn't provide 24/7 care, this will really help the patient in their end of life journey.
Yeah, that's amazing. All that stuff is provided. And that's, you said that was covered. Is that under this Medicare covers all these services?
Yep.
Wow.
Medicare, Medicaid, and many private insurance companies cover hospice care.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's just, and we've been in this business for a long time, and it's just, I think sometimes people think hospice, oh, I don't want to die. I don't, it's not, and it's just like, it's not about dying, it's about living, right? And I've seen that just so many people and the families, this is this last part of their journey, right? And it's got to be really amazing for all of you, the clinicians and your team, just to be a part of that and help them navigate through that at the end. It's got to be really a powerful thing, but you must see so many rewarding experiences about that, how people are just like, oh, I can't thank you enough. Once the hospice got involved, they were so focused on comfort, and
Right.
allowed them to have that closure, and that, it's just
Yes, I've seen it so many times when people discover the benefits of hospice. They always say, I wish I would have known that
right.
sooner.
Yep. Yep.
What's an interesting fact of when hospice patients come on to our services early, NHPCO actually put out a report that it can actually extend a person's life by about 40 days longer
Wow.
than they would have had if they were not on hospice services.
That's amazing. So is it just easy for people just to call you and just to talk to somebody? I think that the fear is like, well, if I make the call, then I'm signing them on, right? I mean, do you make it easy for them just to have that conversation and have somebody to talk to without the fear of getting a sales pitch, or, just have somebody to kind of help them to navigate things and look at their options, and so they can make an informed decision?
Absolutely. When a patient or a family member calls Adoray, a lot of times we'll actually schedule an inquiry visit. We'll actually come out to the home and talk with them about the hospice benefit and what options they have, to be sure they know what will be covered
Mhm.
for them and what the benefit will be.
Right. So just, I guess you can tell me, and I'll have it on the screen too for people if they want more information or to have that conversation or that initial talk with somebody. How can they get a hold of Adoray?
You can get a hold of Adoray by visiting our website at adoray.org or calling us at 715-629-1888.
Well, that's amazing. I really appreciate your time, Amanda. And again, this is such a great benefit. And I don't think people realize all the things that you just said that the basic hospice service provides. But on top of that, all those additional programs that you do. I mean, that's just not something that everybody does. You
You
guys
know,
really, really go above and beyond to work with these families and clients and help them on this journey.
Right. And as a not-for-profit provider, we're able to do that with the help of fundraising
Yeah.
and through the help of our treasurers from the heart stores.
Right, exactly. No, that's great. And I want to encourage people too to check out on our YouTube and Facebook. We are also going to do a video with Amanda talking about the whole continuum of care, because not only do they provide hospice, they also provide home health and palliative care, and they have a lot of other services too. But that's the main ones. We're going to talk about that a little bit. So there'll be a link for that. But please check that out too if you're not sure where you fit in or what you qualify for. We have another great video with that to talk about the whole array of services from Adoray. So, well, Amanda, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And please, everybody, check Adoray out and have a wonderful day.
Thank you.